Welcome to the third edition of Spoken Word Lagos. Let's begin.
My father says God will test us, break us like the lines on our palm. He says everything breaks.
Really enjoyed this one.
The amazing time.
Mind-blowing.
I enjoyed it.
I'm really excited.
It's awesome. Just had a really good time at Spoken Word Lagos. It was an amazing experience.
Super excited to be here.
My grandmother says degrees don't make a woman. A true woman mixes spices to perfection, kneels to serve her husband, and ignores the bite of a toddler while it suckles on her sore nipples. Darling, the things you must learn are written lessons. They lay at your mother's feet under the heat of the kitchen stove. A young man on Twitter feels the need to justify his innocence under a thread about my experiences. He starts off his declaration with, "Not all men." And it kills me that I'm somehow expected to validate his own rage while explaining mine calmly. You see, I'm not mad at that.
If you're happy to be here, can you shout, please? Yes, shout. What is that? Yeah. Say yeah. My father says God will test us, break us like the lines on our palm. He says everything breaks. I say everything dies. He says we carry God's sign hanging on our chest like our old family portraits. I say this sign is an anchor. I am deeply rooted in pain. See, no one cherishes a sign. No one wants a test. No one wants a God breathing down on him while he condenses his joy into vapor. The sky caused the ocean its reflection. Father says I am made in the image of God. Please tell me, who bleeds his image to death? What at his hands becomes scaffold holding tears? See, I want joy, but my body hold on to pain like the earth hold on to rain. I want tenderness, but sometimes being offered tenderness feels like the very proof that you have been destroyed. See, my father says God will test his beloved. Even Jesus wasn't spared. So I was reading a poem by Razak Malik, and a line in that poem stood out for me. And the line was, "There's no home in this land." So this next poem is inspired by that poem. And as you listen, your spirit connects. There's no home in this land after Razak Malik. I am shrinking into spaces fit enough to hold my breath, hoping it holds me long enough before I collapse. I have loved in spaces that collapse my lungs. Sometimes I can't tell the difference between drowning and being a Nigerian. It all feels the same. Yeah, I am running out of ways to escape death. This country will turn you into a carcass before you flesh out your dreams. I'm dreaming of new ways to flesh out my dreams. Eyes open, noose around my neck, coffee holding my body, candle slits. I'm dreaming of new ways to fill up this cup. Pray it overflows, pray I bloom, but no. This country will erase you before giving you a chance to state who you are. Yeah, you are a ticking time bomb, and this country holds the trigger. Kill you, mourn you. So forgive us when we rejoice when our brothers leave the shores of this country, because we know what it's like to be at sea and still die of thirst. We know what it's like to be at sea and still die of thirst. We were meant to be stars, but this country bottled us up. No cap. I say we were meant to be starved, but this country bottled us up. No cap, but still we dream. Bad roads, we dream. Bad policies, we dream. Bad governments, we dream. Banned Twitter, we dream. Cause we know the only thing worth fighting for is that dream that keeps us awake, even if that dream is to see this country grow. Peace.
I've never had a reason to like boxes, maybe because I'll be in a box down 6 feet when my life eventually pauses. And trust me, I will still do poetry to other corpses. I've never had a reason to like boxes, but the wrestle in the ring of power in our country is fought with ballot boxes. See, political parties throw fists and verbal punches. The political drama in our country could top the box office. I have a PC and I just wish I could control P. I control D, control P, control C, and control P or DP. So we can be hippie or thrifty like other European cities, Egypt, Italy, really. What is the basis? If we claim to be running but are rotating around the same axis. And as Nigerians, we would always make jokes and have a good laugh. When you plot that graph, you realize our economy is the lower part of the y-axis. As in, we are asses claiming to be horses. Wolves claiming to be sheep. Monkeys wanting bananas, and like donkeys who walk through savannas just to be called Americanas. My country is an animal farm. Killings are hard. People are dying like fowls in northern towns, and all we do is rant. You never reach your door yet, huh? While mothers are losing kids and brothers are losing their sisters. Heads are rolling like dice, giving us double six. Then it was Shakal, now we have conversation with cows and we cower in shame. Cowards that refuse to fulfill their vows. The ballot is stronger than the bullet. When you say the votes don't count, they don't even count the vote, we just keep quiet. Nigeria is sick, and our vote could be the antidote she craves or coffee for her grapes. How do whistleblowers and snitches get digits and snakes get bank alerts? How do we have leaders we can't bank on and public officers with private bank accounts? Civil servants and civilized slaves don't even know what your minimum wage. Rage everywhere with even leaders using football age. You see, the only time our police responds is when you go to the clinic with a bullet wound and they are asked for a police report. During an election, we can have over 5 contestants, but to us, only the opinion of 2 candidates are candid. They sweet mouth us like candy, only to crush us when they get the office they demanded. The forest is shrinking, but the trees keep voting for the axe because it has a wooden handle. They think it is one of them. Think about it. Fresh air was free till inflation set in. As our children go thin and our pocket gets fatter, their bellies get fatter and their backs get now understand what inflation means. Meanwhile, you'll be amazed that the maize from the House of Assembly can even be stolen. Assembly dismissed. See, Nigeria is sick. And our vote could be the antidote she craves or coffee for her graves. They say a fool at 40 is a fool forever. Nigeria is 60. And to us, that is not even all. We have fortified our pride like the Kremlin in Russia. And even the Russian president knows that it's in your hands that power is put in. But you do not know. So you saw your votes for some glow, for some dough. Now you are reaping what you sow. Here comes death, say hello. Nigerians are the reason why we are where we are still here. Because like hungry low cost, we sell our votes at low cost, and ironically, you should know only dead batteries are free of charge. But your vote isn't dead, your vote is power. So it's fight night and election day, and the same ballot boxes that should help us knock out these foxes becomes our coffins because we have sold our punches. While the rest of the world struggles with Brexit, immigrant, racist, and more valid issues, we wear our ignorance like our Ankara and laces. I've never had a reason to like boxes. I heard someone say Nigeria go better. That's become a white lie. Haven't you observed that now more Nigerians tie and die? Tie and die. Never had a reason to like boxes. But if this ballot box can change our nation's status, then this box I will definitely embrace it. Thank you. Really, thank you very much.
I'm Abelina, and I'm really glad to be here. Actually, I'm always glad to perform in front of people, quite honestly. Anytime I get the privilege, it's always joyful. It's a joyful something. So when we had said we were going to, there was a country, there is a country. There's countryside. Okay, so the first song I'm going to be singing is titled Are You Tired? I don't know if you think that's rhetorical, literally. Are you tired? Because I realized that a lot of people are exhausted. So, they treat us like zombies. They say jump like monkeys. No, we're tired, we no green. Guns, shorts, tomorrows are falling. Are you tired? Crawl with me. When you're strong, we'll stand for it. I'll put your hands up, I'll hold your fist. When you're tired, let down for a bit. Let down for a bit. Just don't be tired of fighting. I need you. I know there's a way that you feel it, and it's deep in your heart, deep in your soul, and you've got so much longing. I know that you're feeling confused, feeling destroyed, and you don't know what to do. I'll hold on to you. Are you tired? Crawl with me, crawl with me. When you're strong, we'll stand for it. I'll put your hands up, I'll hold your fist. When you're tired, lie down for a bit, lie down for a bit. Just don't be tired of fighting. I need you. Are you tired? Crawl with me. Crawl with me. When you're strong, go stand for a bit. I'll put your hands up, I'll hold your fist. When you're tired, lie down for a bit. Lie down for a bit. Just don't be tired of fighting. I need you. Thank you. The second song I'm going to be singing is titled Showers on Showers. Now, Showers on Showers is a song of hope. It's a song of joy. It's a song of because last month I had gone through a depression. So it was sort of my coming out of it song. It was a song that was supposed to help me sort of get out of it. So I have a question basically to throw out to the crowd. My question is, are you in a struggle? Are you out of a struggle? Or are you getting into a struggle? Does anybody want to answer that? They're in a struggle, great. So like literally everybody's in one thing or the other. So this song is like a song of hope to everyone. So it's showers and showers, let the rain wash away our problems, our pain, our sorrow, and basically everything. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for increasing it. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't breathe. Your beauty suffocates. I can't see. Your light is blinding me. I can't hear the noise that's everywhere. How do you feel when depression's closing in? I can't breathe. Your beauty suffocates. I can't see. Your light is blinding me. I can't hear the noise that's everywhere. How do you feel when depression's closing in? I can't breathe. Your beauty suffocates. I can't see. Your light is blinding me. Ooh, I can't hear the noise that's everywhere. How do you feel when depression's closing in? Showers on showers.
Hey.
I wish you showers on showers. Rain wash away my palava, my pain and my shame and wahala. Please help me. So I wish you showers on showers. I wish you showers on showers. Rain wash away the palava, my pain and your shame and wahala. Showers and showers. Showers and showers and showers and showers. Showers. Showers and showers.
and showers. Rain wash away the palaver, the pain and the shame and the holler. And I wish you showers and showers. And I wish you showers and showers. Rain wash away the palaver, the pain and the shame and what I love. Thank you so much. Showers. I wish you showers. I wish you showers. I wish you showers. I wish you showers. And I wish you showers. Showers. I wish you showers and showers. I wish you showers, showers. I wish you showers and pour your peace and of happiness and beauty and everything that you seek for in this life. Thank you very much. Final song. So my final song is a danceable song. Aside from being a soul singer, I sing Afro House. So I'm excited.
My favorite song.
Actually, my sister's favorite song. She sings it all the time. This song is titled Ima, so I'm half part Ghanaian, part Edo, and I speak Ibibio because my mom is from Akwa Ibom State. So Ima means hi. And
What does it mean?
hey, Erika. So Ima means love. This song is just basically telling you to love yourself, to care for yourself, to believe in yourself. So yes. Hit me. Open your heart to the beat. So when you open your legs for too many, you open your soul to the darkness. Yeah, yeah, there is a race in the jungle. That is a place for your soul. But there's a party for turn in your conduct. 5 hours don't pass, never reach. So what do we say? Believe in ocean. Ima, you must learn to love yourself. Ima, believe in ocean. Ima, okay, you must learn to love yourself. And since you're dancing, might as well. This is the dancing partner. Okay. Thank you so much. Even the no so. Learn to love yourself. Even if they know. So, Erika, Ima, you must learn to love yourself. Okay,
must learn to love yourself. You must learn to be I'm alright, I said, you must learn to love yourself. Okay, let's go say inside. Even if I never need to know. Inside, you must learn to love yourself. You must learn to. I said you must learn to. You must learn to love yourself. Thank you, everyone.
See, I told you so. Just give her another round of applause. Okay, before we continue, let's get back into our open mic. Please give a warm welcome to Temi Speaks.
Hello everyone. Good evening. So this is like my first time, so pardon me if I drop. Okay, the title is There Was a Country. There was a country. There was a country, not a book by Achebe, but a motherland. A land gazed with opportunity and love. There were butterflies and birds of different breeds singing praises to their creator with language that he alone knows. The sun was brighter and moon clearer. We could see and predict our own future. Then I say to myself, this is paradise. But all these are history now, a figment of our own imaginations and story we now pass down to our young ones from generations to generations. Our land has been rotten by corruption, our clear blue sky clouded by division, and our moon has disrupted into the tiny air. There was a country. Security was a priority. Freedom was a necessity. Even though peace was under uncertainty, but there was still trustability. Now dissension, ego, and mere stupidity has snatched our security, stolen our peace, and stripped off our freedom and right as humans like chicken without its feathers. Now we're just living on vibes and inshallah. What happened to the labor of our heroes past? Washed away by the flood of destruction, I guess. But we sang so boldly that their labor will not be in vain. Wow, just wow. It is the audacity to lie on their graves for me. What happened to the pledge that we made to be faithful, loyal, and honest? To uphold a lost honor and glory. There is no one bold enough to uphold a lost honor. So in desperation, we cry out for salvation. We need a Messiah. Someone to change our story. Someone to save the nation with our help. Someone to turn the tides, restore our pride, and bring back our happy song. I know that there is uncertainty in selections of individuals, but I'd rather pick an uncertain juvenile human covered with a coat of intelligence and armor of confidence, a shield of benevolence, than the destructive, unpalatable piece of God knows what. Let us wait in tolerance as the clock must turn. Thank you.
Okay, let's get back into it. Okay, next on our open mic list is Dave Spare. Please give him a round of applause.
Hey everyone. How y'all doing? I don't even know why I'm asking that question. It's obvious, right? I can see that. Yeah, so when I saw the flyer, it said that we should come here and vent. The flyer said we should come here to vent, right? And I'm going to be venting. I'm going to be venting today, and with all full disrespect, I'm not sorry if you don't like what you're going to hear. Now, this is titled Drama. So cool. A script without a conflict is not fit to be called a drama. But if there be a conflict without a resolution, then the script could be edited by karma. And so is my country. An unedited screenplay starring evil characters in an ideal way, but casting off the good ones who could likely change the concept. Because here's a movie collection from what we see on each day. It's constant. The scene of leadership has been on replay from the onset. And you can bet Niger leaders gamble with lives. The way they play this game of thrones by mishandling lives. Don't you wonder why development doesn't get to all the places that ballot boxes get to? And you keep asking why. Dreams have to die, despite this vast land flowing with milk and honey. Yet it's like investing into the bad land, throwing billions of money to fund the clippers that make the headlines. Now you get why investors lose interest, right? This country is a melodrama with erotic dialogues of religious mess, a scene full of the sinful act of apostles pulling demons out from women's chests, fake prophets, posters, preachers, and past pretense pushing people, fake prophets, posters, preachers, and past pretense pushing people to fall for their tricks just to make profit. Same nonsense. Your religion preaches peace, but terrorism is what we gain from it. I'm not judging or telling lies. You and I know most of these things were televised. At least when the actor MD slumped, it was televised, and a new way of painting was then devised. We could see in his eyes he was terrified, because at that moment he couldn't come up with any lie. I mean, these are some of the men who eat what they can and can what they can't in their private coffers while they leave the masses to suffer. This country is a comic tragedy, like a movie featuring Mr. Ibu and Mama G. The youth are like Aki and Popo with great dreams, but hope of a better future is another daydream. Lately, prices of common commodities take weed, which explains their highness. Take heed. All royalty payments no longer go to the belly of snakes. So thank goodness Abacha now sends us credit alert from his grave. Pussies are forcefully eaten by the python between the legs of some harsh men in different environs. Now it's hashtag justice for Uwa, for Tina, and every fucking trend on Twitter that became a bygone. When the memes and tweets starts dying down, you start realizing how much some people feed off this entire cloud. This type of pressing issues don't get ironed out because there are less provisions tailored to address them. Damn, the system is a mess, and the truth has been severed from justice, and all we get from our rants is just eyes from cold-hearted men in agbada, kaftan, and suit. And now the youth are brainwashed to thinking money laundering is cool. Many times we bury our head in the sand like an embarrassed ostrich because the corruption in this country never had an off switch, and we have our feelings locked in cliches that drill holes in our heart. It is well. Well, I hope Nigerians make heaven, because here's the synonym of hell. But then, I wonder why we as blacks keep telling ourselves white lies. And we've been doing this for years, suffering and smiling, even though we know influence of our thinking is subliminal. Don't buy those lies that would make you sell your vote to a criminal. It's pitiful to see people who did and now they are thinking their problems are spiritual. It's critical that we as a people really need to stop being hypocritical. We can't keep watching the drama in Wazobia max to a climax without a resolution. For in our land, an albino is never lost in a crowd. Call it revolution. Dave Steele.
I'm stuck in depression. I can't get over the last nigga I screwed. What a beautiful confusion. Thoughts rolling in, my head feels clouded. What a dreadful invasion. Late night perversive thoughts of him undressing me is not something I should envision. Most of y'all have sex with men for glorified clout. I have sex with men to cure my self-doubt. Mostly it's a fling, you know. Sometimes I get carried away under the sheets and I start catching feelings, you know. He's got a girlfriend, but just us both under the shower and all, till things get ugly and all. Now my tears is like an open shower. It was clear like an open book on the high tower. Yeah, I play victim like I've been victimized. Self-love is not taught, I had to learn on my own. So tell me, how am I supposed to do this on my own? My only escape are his arms. So many open wounds, but I can picture me bringing me to harm. So many people believed in me as a daughter, but I became a mother way before I could understand what it means to be a mother. My relationship status is complicated. I can't leave because that's the only thing I've known. Self-doubt, self-resentment, anxiety, depression, those are the only consistent things in my life that I know. So tonight, I'll forget this girl. Tonight, I'll forget that she's always going to be me. So the clock is ticking for my next dick appointment. No, it's not Max, the one who thinks cats are cool, no. No, it's not Larry, the one who talks sweetly, no. No, it's not Casper, the one who knelt down in front of ShopRite. He told me he could wife me. I knew that nigga was lying, so I blocked him. Depression made me lonely, but it made me foolish. So on speed dial is a nigga promised me I'll stop fucking. Cause he ripped my heart out and it's bleeding. But that is the kind of man I like. Because I know he will never reciprocate my love, and I have to stand in front of the mirror and tell me I told you so. Depression has filled my bed with thorns where the roses. My back is stiff with no one to hold me. All I want is the warmth of his body. He always wears a condom, so his bed will be the safest place I've been all week. This is not love making, this is the easiest way to forget that I exist. He uses his tongue to wipe all self-doubt inside of me, sticking two fingers in like he's trying to find a missing key. He'll be doing things to me that I should be screaming at the world, but I'll be screaming his name tonight. I will mourn out my depression on his shit. Tonight, I will conquer my depression like I have conquered the soul. Because safety feels like the arms of the man who would never reciprocate my love. All my body knows is depression and orgasm.
Way back. So the title of my poem is The Country. I'll tell you a story. I'll take you on a long walk down paths strewn with corpses and multitude of losses. Call this story red. No, call it yellow. Half of a yellow sun. Call it black, blue, pink, green, whatever. Call it a sad story. Before the times when men covered the police with leaves, we lived in one country, under one kingdom, one smile and hard work, on a vast land wrapped like a ball of eba in yellow earth. Blue skies and staggering Iroko trees. Mother of the seas, crayfish, fishes, caught back and brought back to the mud-earth walls, that choking smoke from firewood. Sculptures, worships, rituals, a calabash of Ibusi make you lick all 5 fingers, but listen, we burned all with our bare palms. We called the gorge Niri, ancient kingdom, land of our fathers, close to the famous marketplace, beaten and taken away by white men, with long guns and barrels and cannons, bows and arrows defeated by iron and gunpowder. Funny, a new role became. Indirect they called her, but we knew in her guise she was a rule of theft and oppression. She brought courts, politics, rule of law, and a new republic. But listen, you remember the old kingdom, it turned itself into a new republic too. Better, new flag, under one voice, red, yellow, black, green, white stripes, worn with pride. Pride torn apart by the repercussions of owning a flag, a red flag. A flag that counted the skin and bones beaten to death by vengeful batons, clothing ripped apart, legs tossed open and plundered, pregnant stomachs dissected like a piece of art on the coal tar. Mona Lisa. You could smell the blood from a mile away. The yellow eight, unable to hold its grief together, collapsed and cried hard. Within the mud, lizard was good meat, eaten with a large smile and thanksgiving to God. Pot bellies on infants like a ball of sun, kwashoko. Bombshells and drumming of bullets played them like ghosts. Toast to a new life, to a new country adorned with ornaments of gold, precious stone, bronze, elephant tusk, and a general to lead its rank. To a new country, which is not boastful of a good administration, of a good currency, does not have a voice of its own, not loyal to its core. The patriotism that burned in their hearts are like the patriotism that burned in an oil lamp, and that oil lamp was tossed into the raging wind, snuffed off, sad. A legend she will forever be, but she isn't a country to call a country. Thank you.
I'm wearing shoes. So by way of introduction, I'm fusing this poem with lines from a song called Found by Jacob Banks. What do I do with this love I found? Where is that child who sang the national anthem with enthusiasm and faith and recited the national pledge with hope? Who screamed, "God bless Nigeria," from the depth of her lungs during the Independence Day march past in National Stadium? She grew into an adult who wants to believe, who wants to hope against hope that the decaying land she loved in childish ignorance would course correct in her lifetime. But in the meantime, what is she to do with the love she found? What do I put in this hole inside the ground? Some people have a God-sized hole in their hearts. Some have a daddy-sized hole. I have a country-sized one, created by heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. Heartbreaks that never really healed, that were worsened by the realization that things could have been better. Heartbreaks plastered by humor and sermons and solitary achievements by Nigerians home and abroad. But you cannot preach or laugh or pray away a country-sized hole. You cannot fill it by being personally successful, because what is one rich man in the middle of generations of poverty-stricken family members? What is one unicorn startup against a government that rolls up to regulate what it never helped to birth? It's like catching fire, walking on water, all the love I found. How do you love a mother that keeps selling the family inheritance or using it as collateral for loans to fund an ostentatious lifestyle? How can you be proud of a father that flaunts his indiscretions and lack of shame like Olympic gold medals? To comfort yourself, you focus on individuals, family members, distant relatives who still have shame, who are not foolish enough to test the depth of a river with both feet, or play with red oil while wearing white, who do not embarrass the family name with a frightening lack of foresight. Say the word and I'll burn it all. In 300 level, one of my compulsory courses was Philosophy 301, African Philosophy. The entire course was hinged on one question: is there such a thing as African philosophy? There were three schools of thought. One, there is African philosophy, there always has been. Two, there is no African philosophy. All we had and have are traditions, tales, myths, and proverbs. Three, there can be African philosophy if certain conditions are met. I cannot help but think that the same applies to the question of whether the country called Nigeria exists in true sense. There was a country, depending on who you ask. There is a country, depending on who you ask. There can be a country, depending again on who you ask. If you ask me, I want to hope. I want to believe. I just want to say Nigeria will work again and be convinced by empirical evidence. Thank you.
Okay, so don't look at me from head to toe, because the thing about history you don't know. I used to wear coral beads on my hands and ankles. I am the one who Mensa, my Ghanaian brother, would refer to as my rich uncle. I used to be a king. Don't stare at my fame like an ordinary thing. I have dribbled fat players on the round leather game till they became thin. I have lifted gold, options, ask my brothers, Benue, Anambra, and Ogun. Know this and know peace before you call me old school, that I have flown with a distinctive flow and washed with purity. So, before you call me that, bear this in mind, that I was Christian Niger area, but I chose the path of honorables off your mic to Stifu Sorosoke, so I became your area. See, I used to be pure water. Don't think too much about my declined debit cards. I have money. Tons and tons of it. But if you perspire to aspire, you might hear it and not see it. I used to be rich. So, don't keep guessing for long. But then, I once had citizens in these confines. Now, I'm not sure where they can be found. They're all Japan. But see, I used to be a country. So, elephant tours, coral beads, and the throne, they were all here, I can assure. Don't ask me where they all are. I honestly don't know. But then, I used to be king. Thank you very much.
Lagos is crazy and Abuja is expensive. Saturday is for Owambe and jollof rice is incentive. Our people are passionate about God, money, and education. We are a rainbow of cultures, call it a Wazobia Plus Nation. Here, names reflect faith, history, what a child is or is hoped to become. And family extends to community wherever you're from. And I love you, I'm sorry, is communicated with food. Proverbs are spicy and superstitions include don't whistle at night and don't hit a boy with a broom. Don't sit on a mortar or use an umbrella in a room. We wear hand-fan geles and rolling agbadas, Isiagu, Kembe, and Abeti Aja, Dansiki, Babariga, and Abaya, and the unspoken hierarchy of lace, Guinea, and Ankara. The interest and excitement in each state election, and the ways we own and celebrate our icons, the adrenaline and oneness in watching Super Eagles shows that our shared experiences make us one people. Our languages are diverse, yet we all understand. You go better, a woof, no matter your background. We take pride in our food, amala, iyon, and eba, and the craze for ohag, ogiwi, egusi, abanga, miya koka, edikanko, ofada, abacha, ewa, going to shikafa. There is excellence rooted in our art and culture, and industry in the people in every venture. The problems Bella sang of are not yet history, but there is still so much to hope for at 60. We are passionate and resilient with high aspirations. We make dreams possible using the little resources and technology available. That we go further together as a team means everyone should be part of the dream. Thank you.
There is a country, a graveyard of people, their voices buried in silence, their bodies hijacked by fear. Here's why. There are reports that actual bodies have descended into the lower parts of the earth with bullet holes through their hands, feet, legs, and chest. And yes, by guns that are supposed to turn the other way around. So do not scold us for being silent, for being afraid. These people literally shoot at voices. So this caused the rest of us to give ourselves willfully to silence. But think about it, they have succeeded in killing us all. That though some of us breathe, we are all dead. In fact, we're in a season where there is no difference between the walking and the dead. We are constantly viewing these episodes on live stream as a nation keeps making decisions with us, the people, as spectators. Herein lies the story of our country, where a president rules over a cemetery and he'll visit from time to time with banquets of promises, releasing a pungent smell and we suffocating in silence. But since we are not asked to speak, we stay silent as snakes swallow millions headline. Now tell me, what nation has the boldness to report that through the news lines of a nation is alive? The rule of dead people, so anything goes. If you've noticed, this is not a poem to Nigeria. It's a poem about Nigerians. If you've noticed, this is not a poem to the president, a poem to us, the residents. If you've noticed, this is not even a poem. This is a cry that seeks to awaken a nation laid in slumber. It sings like you come forth out of the grave in which you hide, for evil will continue to breathe if we good people stay dead. Imagine a country of 167 million active voices, excluding infants, of course, they can't speak. And by infants, I do not necessarily mean children. I mean people who are too ignorant, insensitive to understand the times. Before I leave the stage, let us linger with you. At a burial, it is only children that play.
So stand upon pieces of soul and pieces of sand. I hear terrorists in the bones ringing, Roman cavalry choirs singing. Be my mirror, my soul, my shield, missionaries in the foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter will call my name. Never an honest word. That was when I ruled the world. Come on, let me hear you. He was the wicked and wild way. Beat down the doors to let me in. Shouted windows and the sound of drums. Oh, people couldn't believe what had begun. Revolutionaries wait for my head on a silver plate. I'm just a puppet on the lonely string. Oh, who'd ever want to be king? I hear Jerusalem bells ringing, Roman cavalry choirs singing. Be my mirror, my sword, my shield, missionaries in the foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter will call my name. Never an honest word, but that was when I ruled the world. Come on, let me hear your hands.